Welcome back. Our next guest is on a mission to foster intergenerational connections in the community and help children, families, and older adults be more self-sufficient. There are many people in our area who are full-time caregivers for a loved one.
Since November is National Family Caregivers Month, Laurie Lambach from UNISON is here to chat about the resources available through their Family Caregiver Support Network. Great to see you.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the mission, first of all, of UNISON and just what you hope to do and accomplish in our community.
Okay, thank you. So UNISON works to promote health, wellness, and self-sufficiency for the residents of Milwaukee County. So it was just this time last year I was here talking about the formation of UNISON through the merger of Interfaith Older Adult Programs and SET Ministry in Milwaukee. So we've just celebrated our first anniversary.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it was a big rebranding. I remember you guys were doing this.
Right.
You know, and one of the things I didn't realize in this network and that these caregivers and the volunteers, how big is this program?
So we are facilitating 1,700 volunteers across Milwaukee County every day.
Wow.
Providing caregiving to make it possible for older adults to remain in their homes, aging in place in their homes or their apartments rather than nursing homes and other facilities.
I can imagine those caregivers need help too. Because
do.
It's a hard job. So how do you help the caregivers?
So we have a program that's called the Family Caregiver Support Network. And we operate that in partnership with the Milwaukee County Department on Aging and Director Holly Davis there at that organization. So we help caregivers with information, with referrals and ideas about how to solve problems, with coaching, and then with other resources for the care recipient.
And I love the way you involve our community in helping other people in our community who need help. And we have some great videos that have some wonderful stories to it. In this case, for example, this is the story of one volunteer helping a blind man who lives alone.
That's right. So what we're seeing is a woman named Kathy. She lives in Wauwatosa, and she connected through UNISON's Wauwatosa outreach office. And she supports Robert, who lives alone. He's blind. He's 71 years old, but he's able to live independently in his own home with the help of Kathy, and now other members of her family are helping too.
Phenomenal. Yeah. How about the football players from Franklin who got involved?
Yeah, we have to give a shout out to them.
Yeah,
tell us what they're doing here.
So Coach Brown at Franklin High School, he had an experience of supporting older adults when he was in high school, so he has created this experience for Franklin football players. So we've got Jake and Zach here supporting Mildred. She's 96 years old and living alone. Jake and Zach are 2 of 22 Franklin football team members who volunteer to help older adults in their community to be able to age in place at home.
And then she went to their game?
They invited her.
Oh, I love that. Oh, it gives me chills. That's so adorable.
It's so good. You know, and I think that it's cliche to say like, oh, they get more out of it than the person, but it's so true. You do. You feel so wonderful afterwards. And then that connection that they'll always have, you know?
So cute.
It is so cute.
One more story, and this is about Erica, a single mom, right? And her son, Dalen, and they got some help and support, right?
So Erica and Dalen are recovering from homelessness, and we connected with them a year ago. When they came out of the shelter, they were ready to leave the shelter and to reestablish themselves in an apartment near 11th and Mitchell. And so we have been able to wrap around a group of volunteers who are helping them to be successful in living at their own home. So Erica has returned to work, and she actually works as a paid caregiver now. And she has earned a certificate in that, and that's her job. And volunteers help her to take care of the home and to make sure that Dalen gets to school and so forth.
That's what I was just going to ask you. What's the financial assistance for some of these caregivers? How do you apply? How do you become eligible for that?
For unpaid caregivers, so one thing is that people think you have to be related biologically, but you need not. So if you are an adult taking care of a neighbor or a family friend, you are considered a family caregiver, and you could access these resources as well. So all of our unrelated volunteer caregivers can access the resources. So besides information and coaching, we have what's called a respite program, which can provide a paid caregiver to give a break to the unpaid caregiver. So for someone who might be taking care of a spouse, for example, or a family member with dementia, but they want to go away to a wedding in Indiana next weekend, UNISON can provide a paid caregiver to make that possible.
I'm sure there's people right now watching going, I didn't know this existed, and I'm so glad it does.
Yes, and you can apply for free family caregiver support. Please do. That's UNISON's mission, 414-220-8600. You can also email the address that's on our screen. You can also visit UNISON to find out more by going to unisonmke.org. And be sure to take advantage of those wonderful resources available because of UNISON. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great to see you.